Happy Thursday, everyone. Welcome back to Vital Healing. July is frozen sweet treat month here on Vital Healing. I'm Dr. Candida. I'm a naturopathic doctor as well as an intuitive healer. As promised, I am going to be sharing more of my yummy desserts today, my frozen treats today. Today, we are going to do a double strawberry swirl frozen yogurt. It is gluten-free, it is vegan, it is paleo, it is refined sugar-free. I'm redundant there, right? But I just want to really let everybody know what is going on with this recipe. What are all the health benefits of the recipe? And then I will also be demoing my pistachio gelato. So that one is gluten-free, vegan, it is paleo, it is refined sugar-free, and it's also raw. Because whenever you take an ingredient and you apply heat to it, you actually lose some of the nutritional value of it. And so for all of my raw purist diet eaters and people that just want to make it a really quick frozen treat, that's a really great option for you. Okay, so let's start with the double strawberry swirl. So this is 3 cups of local strawberries and 2/3 of a cup of maple syrup, 1/4 of a teaspoon of Himalayan sea salt, and then a teaspoon of lemon zest, as well as a tablespoon of fresh squeezed lemons. And this has been simmering for about 12 minutes on medium heat. You don't want to caramelize it too much because it actually takes away from the strawberries, the natural yummy strawberry flavors. And this is what it looks like. Pretty yummy. And the other thing that I just want to note, do not do this recipe with just your mainstream, like mass-produced strawberries that come from different parts of the world. You know, the big ones that you can also get like in like December, they just don't have that rich strawberry flavor. I've tried them. I've tried doing it. It's not worth it. It's not worth the money. It's not worth the calories. Get the good stuff. And if you are one of my West Coasters, by all means, use those beautiful Hood River strawberries. Those are optimal. Those are the best. So I'm just throwing all of this, or not throwing it, I'm pouring it into the Vitamix. And I'm just going to blast it on high for about 20 seconds or so. And just so you know, for all of the fussy people out there that don't like to have the seeds, I've tried straining this mixture because my husband doesn't really like the seeds, and it's not worth it. I used like the finest mesh, and with these local little strawberries, it's just not worth it. You can't even tell it's not worth it. So don't even bother. So from this, I am going to take a 1/2 cup out, and this is going to be our swirl. So I'm just leaving that out for later. And then I'm going to add KITE Hill frozen yogurt. This is an almond frozen yogurt. This one is the best. I've done it with cashew yogurt. It works really well. I've done it with the Hannaford's, if you're local here in New England. I've done it with the Hannaford's vegan almond one, and it's also good. But I really will say that the KITE Hill unsweetened, plain, or vanilla works best. And this is 1.5 cups. And I have tried it with the Greek one before also, and I didn't care for it as much as just the regular unsweetened original KITE Hill frozen yogurt. I do think that Greek one is great, and it's really great for other recipes, but I didn't love it. It just was a little too thick. I didn't like it as much. So I'm just gonna blast this one more time. And then I'm going to set that aside and put it in the refrigerator when I'm done filming. So here's another one. This is my smaller Vitamix one. And I'm going to make the pistachio gelato. Okay. So I'm Italian. My parents are both from Naples. Many of you know that on my channel. Gelato was always a big thing for me. It's a lot lighter than ice cream in general. And let's see, what else can I say? Pistachio's always been one of my favorites. And so I also really like these two together, the strawberries and the pistachio together. It's delicious. So I did a half of a cup of pistachios. I cracked open the shell and did this fresh. I've done this recipe before with the ones that are already deshelled. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Turn on some tubes, get somebody to help you, get the kids to help you, get your husband to help you, your wife to help you, your partner to help you, a friend to help you. It doesn't take that long, maybe 10 minutes. It's a half a cup, and I put it right in to the mix. And then this is local honey. I love the raw local honey for lots of different reasons. The biggest one is the allergies are terrible out there right now. The pollen counts are like through the roof right now. And so the local honey for my family, it just works really great. So if you don't have access to that, or it's too expensive, or whatever, or you have a child under the age of 2, or you're pregnant, just get the real honey. Make sure that it's got the verified check mark on the bottle. You'll see it. It is a little square and it says verified, and then there's a check mark in it. Otherwise, you don't know what you're getting, and that's, you could be getting like, I don't know, some crap sugar that we don't want. Honey is so good for the nervous system. It's so calming. It's so rich with health benefits, antioxidants. I mean, just so good. So good for you if you tolerate it. Obviously, if you don't tolerate it, maple syrup would work just fine. Agave would work just fine. Brown rice syrup would work really well. And then to this, I am going to add a quarter of a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of vanilla, and I use my own. I make my own. I just think it's easier, it's cheaper, and then I can control what goes into it. A teaspoon of that. And actually, I forgot, I put a teaspoon of this also in the strawberries, so I'm just gonna put that in there right now and spin it off camera. And let's see, what else? Milkadamia. This is a creamer. It's an unsweetened creamer. The vanilla works really great. The plain works really great. It's awesome. I love this product. It does have, this one actually does not have any, oh yes it does. This one has coconut cream in it also. But it does also have macadamia nut creamer. So you're getting a lot of really great health benefits from the nuts. They're filled with antioxidants, fiber, protein. They're low in cholesterol. Pistachios are lower in fat in general. They're just a lot of really great health benefits. And I'm just gonna zap this. For maybe 20 seconds. And then one other thing that I want to say is that I shelled an additional quarter of a cup, and then I chopped them up, and this I'm going to put into the ice cream after it's been spun. So these two are going to go into the refrigerator. I'm just going to make sure that I get them nice and cold, and then I'm going to spin them, and I will be right back to show you to show you how yummy and delicious and what the outcome is. So we will see you in a shake. All right. Hi everyone, I'm back. Okay, so with each one, I spun them on the Vitamix after they were in the refrigerator and got nice and cold. It was maybe like an hour or so. I spun them just to make sure that they emulsified before putting them into the ice cream spinner. And I checked for sweetness. You always want things to be a little sweeter before it goes into the freezer, because freezing will actually decrease the sweetness. And the sweetness, like the sugars, whatever kind of sweetener you're using, is not only bringing sweetness to whatever dish you're making, it's also bringing liquid, moisture, viscosity, texture, okay? So here is the result. Oh, and before I say that, I just want to say I did some HMF intensive probiotic powder. I added some of that just to help with probiotics, immune health. It's just a nice way to sneak things into these frozen treats. Sometimes I do the mushroom powders. You can do ones that are more for sleeping if you're going to have your treat before bed. You can do like a cordyceps or something if you need energy and adrenal support. If you're going to have your treat in the afternoon. For if you're going to be doing it before bed, I really like glycine powder also. Again, it's just something that kind of calms you down, settles your mind, quiets your nervous system, helps you get ready for bed. And then another thing I love for heart health as well as immune support is Hawthorn extract. So for my berry one, I added a little bit of this to it, as well as some probiotic powder. And then for the pistachio one, I just did the probiotic powder because I didn't want to change the color, but I just want you to know you could add chlorella. Like any of those like greens powders can not only bring out the natural color of the green more, it'll make it prettier. It also just adds more, you know, nutritional benefits, especially for people who, you know, don't really want to take their medicine. All right, so look at this little beauty. So I spun it. And now, I mean, I don't know if you can see, but it's like just smooth. It's been in the freezer for a couple, like maybe an hour and a half or so. And it's also, so it's been in the freezer for like an hour and a half or so, but it's going to stay smooth like this for a good 3 to 4 more hours, and it'll just get more set up. Once it goes overnight, it's going to need like 5 or 10 minutes to thaw out before you can enjoy it. Same with the pistachio, although the pistachio actually stays pretty, it stays actually pretty soft even overnight in the freezer. I only have to let it sit out for maybe like 3 or 4 minutes before I can scoop it. So here is the yummy pistachio. Look at that, just yummy and scrumptious and soft and smooth and beautiful. And let's try them. So, where is my spoon? Delicious. Super strawberry, strong strawberry flavor. Really smooth, creamy, refreshing, light. And then let's try this little chickadee. So once it's spun, I added that strawberry swirl. Once it's spun, I added that extra, like maybe 1/4 cup of chopped nuts, just so you know. And this is also just nutty and flavorful and refreshing and creamy. I love them together also. Can't stop eating them. So that's it for now. Next week, I have some really fun ones coming up. And again, for the whole month of July. So stay tuned, like, subscribe, share, turn on the notification bell. Tell me what flavors you want. What are your dietary restrictions? I'm happy to share anything that I have to offer. And yeah, and as I mentioned earlier, like any support you can do for my channel is going to increase my visibility, which makes me more popular on YouTube. And if I become successful on YouTube, then I can get an actual like producer and editor and somebody to make it, because that's not where my forte is, right? All right, so we will see you next time, and have a great day, and enjoy your frozen treats. All right, bye-bye.